Alright, good morning, and currently we are just watching gold. Um, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to show that, so this was the last 5 minute swing right here. We also had another swing up here the price may revert to. I would just stretch this out till like maybe 9:30 because we're usually done trading by then. Okay? And then obviously we have this level here. We are bearish for the day. Yeah, so we're bearish for today, and we see prices moving, but we don't care because it's not 8:20 yet. If we go to the 1 minute, we see price has broken above this 5 minute, closed above it. So after 8:20, we just want to see an engulfing. However, today we do have tons of news. So with tons of news, we may not look to enter immediately. We'll wait to see what the news does. Maybe the news does something like this and then brings it all the way down, right? That's probably what's going to happen. We'll see. But yeah, so as for now, this is what we're looking for. We are bearish for today, and we're waiting for a bearish engulfing after 8:20. Right now it's 8:13, so yeah. While we wait for that, I will look at higher time frames just to see if we're in line with the bias. And okay, so here's yesterday's daily range. We see we broke the downside, right? Now, if I look back, I also want to see when's the last time we had an outside bar. The reason why is because outside bars don't happen too frequently. So because we've broken the downside here, I could confirm that we are most likely going to be bearish as well today. So that's two ideas giving me a bearish bias. And then we have, this is the range for yesterday's candle, so today may be a little smaller. We may not get a big down move, but because we have news, we can expect that we most likely will get a big down move. We may test this area, the 50% of yesterday, and then continue moving down. Okay, so that's a real high possibility. And if we go down to the hourly, what do we see? We see overall price broke the low, and now it's slowly edging towards down here. Now, keep in mind that, let me go ahead and go on 15 minutes, just see if we broke any 15-minute swings. No, we didn't. The first 15-minute swing is here. Keep in mind that if we go down to the hourly, since we already closed above this right here, we do not need price to go up. All we're doing is either waiting for news, or we will see price move. Okay, we will see. We'll see price move down, but for news, we hope the price will go up so we can actually get a trade to go down. Okay, so it's going up now. Let me go ahead and sync my time. So I don't think, was there news now? I'm not sure if news was right now. Let me go ahead and check, but I will let you know in 1 second. No, in 1 second. Sorry if you heard the echo, but let's see, Forex Factory. No, the news wasn't yet, so this is just pre-market moving. Commodities open in 4 minutes, right? So we could be setting up a manipulation to go higher than down further, right? So we're gonna watch this. Also, I'm gonna duplicate this again just so I could watch it on a 5-minute chart. Okay, I do want to watch it on a 5-minute as well, and then on this one I will put SPX on the list, and we could close our watch list like this. So we'll be watching SPX, how it moves. This is how this is moving, and yeah, so we're just watching. We still have 3 more minutes, but I'm actually going to be waiting until news is over, okay? So I may not take a trade early on. We're just gonna wait till news is over, because I have a feeling price will go up. On a 5 minute, it looks like price retested this imbalance right here, and in fact it could possibly go higher, you know, test this level here, which was the pre-London high, right? Or it could even go up here. We don't know that yet, but I'm assuming it's probably going to reverse somewhere in here at least. Okay, so we'll see how that goes and how it plays out. We do have some up moves now. It broke two structures. It broke structure here and here, and now it broke structure again. So that's 3 moves up. We could see a fall coming soon. Alright, we do have midnight open as well right here. So things are lining up to where we may get a nice move after news, but I'll let you guys know shortly. Okay, so alright, I'll be right back. Yeah, good morning, good morning. Um, right now we're just waiting. Let me go on gold. So, we did have an engulfing right here, but it's not after 8:20. And we had another one here. But the thing is, we have news in less than 8 minutes, right? So I'm not sure, like, this could easily work out. Don't get me wrong, right? But your stop loss has to be $2, which means your take profit is going to be past the low of the day. Which, obviously, if it's bearish, right? If the news comes out and it's bearish, this is going to be easy. But if news is bullish, then bearish, then obviously you're going to get stopped out first, right? So I'm probably not taking any trades until after news, just to protect my capital. And if I don't get a trade, I'm okay with that too. On a 5-minute, looks like we may get some sort of, we're getting a big engulfing here. Let me go ahead and remove this. Alright. So I'm not sure if you took this trade here, if any of you took this trade here, because it is valid, but just because news is too close, there's a lot of red news in 6 minutes, I'm opting to stay out. I don't know if you guys noticed, but earlier this week and last week when we had nice winners, they all came when there was no news, right? So having no news is really beneficial. We'll see how it goes. I'm not in this trade here, by the way, so let me go ahead and open up my MT4 though. Let me go ahead and remove this. I don't want to confuse anybody. I'm not in a trade. I'm waiting till after news plays out to get in. Alright. I have my MT4 and my magic keys open just in case we get into something. Once we see it setting up, we will take a trade. So far it looks pretty normal, but anything can change in 5 minutes, right? News is probably going to change this. What is SPX doing? SPX is moving higher while gold is now starting to move lower. They're not correlating. Okay. So far we're just waiting. 4 minutes left. How's this month going for you guys? Lewis, have you had a profitable month? Is it slow? What is going on for you this month? Okay, that's good. Which challenge, which prop firm did you go with this time? The funded trader. Nice. Okay. I like funded next as well. Funded next seems really cool in terms of like their features and everything, and they're also not located in the US. So as long as they're not located in the US, and I've been hearing a lot of things about them. But overall, I do believe Funded Engineer, the Funded Trader, FTMO, and Funded Next are probably my favorite picks. I'm not going into like other prop firms. I think I'll just stick to those four. I saw that my Forex funds has like, they have a decision making on October 31st or something, sometime late October, which is really unfortunate. Alright, so here we have 1 more minute until news, and we see prices making a fake swing up. Now this fake swing up could actually be something that takes out this high before it continues dropping, so we're still not taking any trades. If this is engulfing, we're still not taking it. If we miss the trade, we miss the trade. It doesn't really matter. I think just waiting until after news is a safer bet. They posted, I do believe on Twitter it was posted. Let me see if I can find the screenshot. I'll post it in Discord if I can get it. But it was posted 3 days ago. Alright, let me go ahead and post it on. Okay, so news is bearish, which is unfortunate because we were bearish for the day. However, if price can turn this around, okay. So yeah, this candle here would have had the win. I'll send you the screenshot of the MyForex Fund stuff on Telegram. Okay. Show me if you got it. Alright, I sent it on Telegram. Yeah, you got it. Alright. So basically, they're waiting until October 31st. Alright, so in terms of the trade here, this risky trade would have probably played out just fine. Yeah, it looks like it would have played out just fine here. But then again, like I said, news was too risky to get into this trade. Obviously, looking back at it, you would say it was a nice win, right? But right before news, I think this would give too much emotions. However, if it could do this here, let's see. So if it could retrace at least 50% of this and then give us another trade of this swing right here, we will take this. We would like it to retrace at least 50% though, and then give us a engulfing candle. Like, I don't want to take an engulfing down here, right? So I would like it to come back up
here, maybe close to the previous day low, maybe even above the previous day low. Maybe retest this level here or somewhere around here. Either way, just somewhere above the 50% of this swing, give us a engulfing and we will take the down move. Okay. As long as it can touch into this area. It may just continue dropping because of news. I'm not sure if it wants to retrace right now. Let's look at the 5 minute. Okay, the 5 minute looks more like, yeah, it does want to keep dropping. SPX is just retracing already, so far nothing. Now, if this had happened at the 50%, I would have taken this right here. Because I know that this is too much of a small candle, so it was easily engulfed. But when I see something like this where the red candle closed above here, then I would have taken it just based off the fact if it was above the 50% line, right? But because it's not, we're still waiting for price to maybe, drop a little bit more and then comes back up into this area, breaks this high, and ultimately we still expect it to keep going lower. Something like that. And if that doesn't happen, then we just don't take a trade, that's all. We have Euro news, I do believe in 45 minutes. I mean, not 45 minutes, give me 1 second. We have Euro news in about 10 minutes. So I do believe we will get some reaction off gold. Let me go ahead and clear some of this out. Okay. I'm going to delete this because I didn't take this trade. This is not a trade I took. It's just a trade we could have taken, but because of news we stayed out. And normally I will do that because we've had a win this week. If I've had 1 or 2 wins this week, I'm not going to risk trading on a news day, or at least trading before news on a day like today. So I mean, I know when we did the back testing, I didn't account for news, right? So essentially we should be taking this trade right here. But in live markets is way different than just looking back at backtests, right? So I'm saving myself a lot of psychological pain if I entered this trade and I lost it, because then I would be kicking myself thinking it was because I traded because of news. Oh yeah, there was news at 8:15. I just saw that. For some reason it wasn't showing me, but there was news at 8:15. That's why we saw that sharp move up and down at 8:15. Where was that? Right here. There was tons of volume. There's tons of volume in gold today. Now I'm just still sticking to the plan. Overall, I do believe gold still has a very high win rate. This month has also been slow in NZD news. Last night we had AUD news, but depending on where you took it, you could have probably only gotten a 2R. But that's what I aim for in AUD, right? Because AUD doesn't move as good as NZD. Now looking for NZD news, I'm going to see when next we have any NZD news. And we don't have some until September 20th, which is the first red news for NZD that we do trade. Obviously I'm going to be taking that trade, but other than that, we still have more AUD red news, but no NZD. Yeah, there's no NZD news until October 3rd. So September 20th and October 3rd. Alright. Let's take a look at gold. So we still want it above here, preferably touching the previous daily low. Alright. So we still don't have a setup. We're just gonna sit here and wait. We're not gonna force any trades. Even if engulfings keep happening, we're just gonna sit and wait because this is just a consolidation, right? It's probably going to manipulate and then continue the direction. On 5 minutes, it looks like it will go down at some point. Yeah, we're just gonna wait and sit and wait. Alright, looking at this, it hasn't broken the low yet, so I can assume that it's still probably going to reach for this level here. Okay, so here we had at 45 there was news, but it didn't really affect gold. Let's see if it affected. Not really. Oh, I was gonna say there's another application on, I think Funded Next has, let me see if I can find it. What is this? I know it's a trade management. Funded Next has like a trade management tool that you could download. Let me see if I can. I wonder if you could use it on other accounts. I think it's almost similar to my magic keys. Alright, so here we have gold. So this is what I originally wanted to see here. So what I would like to see is for price now to give us an engulfing. We are above the 50%. I'm going to open up my magic keys just in case we do get it. I'm not opening any trades or anything. I'm just opening up my magic keys. That way it's open and ready if we get an engulfing. The preferred engulfing style would be something like this here. So something like this would be my preferred engulfing candle. Where it's like this, sorry. It goes up above the high, or at least close to the high, and then comes down and closes below. So if this candle here engulfs, we will take this. Only if it engulfs though. Looks like it does want to, so we will see. And we're getting ready. Let's see. As long as the wick isn't longer than half the body, let's see what happens here. 2 seconds. Okay, if we could get, I didn't enter because it immediately started going down. If this candle comes up, I'm going to put a stop order at the low. I'm waiting to see if we could get a retest of the closure of the last candle. If this candle could come up more, then we'll see. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm not entering just yet, right? I'm going to place a stop order at the low of that red candle. So if price now comes back down below the low of that red candle, it's going to enter me in the trade. Now if it goes up, so this is why I did not enter, and I'll show you guys in a second. And this is why I talked about the stops, right? Because now it could just fly up and close above here. So what I did was, I'm going to show you. So what I did was, when this candle started coming back blue, I placed a stop order, a sell stop order right here. So, and then stop loss is obviously 2 pips above this. So what is this, like 10, 30? Okay, so my stop loss will be somewhere about here, but I'm not triggered in this trade until price comes back down here, right? And take profit is 2R. So just like that right here.
because I know price could come back up here somewhere, right? But if it does close above this level here on a 5-minute chart, I'm not going to take this trade. So this stops us from having the headache of a loss. So if we get triggered in, if price comes back down here, we're going to get triggered in. But if it continues going up, we don't lose anything. And what made me decide that is, so I don't take the trade as soon as the candle closes as much anymore, because that gives you a little bit of spread if you try to enter it here. So what I do is I wait for this candle here to start blue, right? And then I'll get in at a better entry. If it starts and immediately drops like it did on this candle, then I know it's either going to come back up and retest it, or it's just going to keep dropping and I missed the trade. But if it does come back up, right, I'll wait for it to go up a little bit, and then I'll place a stop order right below the low or right here. So that way if price comes back down, then I'm in the trade. So while it's in drawdown right here going up, I'm not triggered in, but I'm going to be triggered in if it does come back down. Hopefully that made sense. So we're just waiting. We could get triggered into this order soon. It's a 2-hour trade, so we'll see how it plays out, but if it continues to rise after this candle, we're just going to cancel the trade. And let's take a look at, okay, here it looks like SPX does want to keep going up, so maybe we will see gold keep going up. Let's see what gold is doing. Remember, if it closes above this area, I'm not going to enter the trade. The trade should come down and trigger me in and keep going down. Otherwise, we're just going to skip it. Okay, so it looks like it might want to kick us in the trade. I might move it a little bit lower to avoid spreads kicking me in and then it reversing. Just a little bit. That way we know if it triggers us in, then it should continue going down. Which we may get triggered in, by the way, so. One thing I did want to check, if I was to get into a trade here, let me see. On SPX, I might enter the trade on SPX, I'm not sure yet, but I want to see if I can open up my magic keys. If I was to put stop loss maybe just like right here, and alright, and if I was to enter the trade, let me see how much I would have been risking. About 3.5, okay, we'll see. I'm not entering a trade on SPX, I was just calculating. So it's about 3.5. Gold still hasn't triggered us in. I would like to see it go lower.
On a 5 minute, it looks like it should go lower, but there is imbalance right here. There's an imbalance on both ways. Let me see if I can draw it. It may end up that we don't get a trade, which is okay. Actually, we're gonna get hit in right now. We just got triggered in, I do believe. Did we? No, we didn't. We're almost triggered in. If this drops any more, I think we'll be triggered in, which, like I said, on a 5 minute, we could end up just losing this immediately because it had an imbalance right here, just like that. Did it trigger us in yet? No, it hasn't triggered us in yet, so we're still safe. But it looks like it would have. I put it right below the low, so I'm still waiting, but see, this could happen. This is why I was waiting for the low to be broken. And you could use this green candle's low and maybe go for like a 1.8 to whatever. But I'm just waiting until just right below this low gets hit. I'll be triggered in. I think you'll hear my trade if it triggers in, but if not, we do have this 5 minute imbalance on both sides. So this is now balanced, and we could see price now, you know, continue higher off this level. I'll remove this just to avoid a lot of clutter on the charts, but let's keep looking at what happens. Did you guys get in and get stopped out? S&P correlates with, yeah, I think AUD does correlate. S&P doesn't really correlate, depends on when, because if you look at the whole day, S&P has been going up, gold came down, but in the majority of the session, gold does follow. In the New York session, gold does follow S&P, so I keep it there just to see what it's doing compared to gold, right? So for example, when it was going up here, right, at 850, look at what gold was doing at 850. Gold started going up. It came down even though S&P was still going up at that 5 minute candle. Gold kind of stopped 3 minutes in, but then kept going up, and now it's still going up. So, and now that S&P is coming down, we may see gold start to come down. So that's why I keep it there. So if price closes above this level up here, I'm gonna cancel this trade, cancel the stop order, and yeah, we'll just wait, sit and wait. So you may ask, why didn't I go off this one right here now, right? Because it's smaller than the other. This would have also been a break-even trade, so it's smaller than this engulfing, and it's inside this engulfing. And because I didn't get triggered in this one, I'm still waiting to get triggered in, right? And we may actually get, yeah, so this is a no trade, and that's as easy as it is to stop myself from getting into a losing trade, because not only was this risky in terms of where the news happened and price is now going back up, it is halfway, right? Price could reverse a little bit more before coming down. So like if it creates another engulfing here, I'm gonna go ahead and close the current order. And now that I closed the stop order, I can go ahead and take a look at if price engulfs again, then I will take it, right? Because now we've had this high taken, and possibly this high will be taken as well. I'll watch it for like 20 more minutes. On a 5 minute though, I do see prices trying to now
go above the previous day low. So this could be price telling us that it wants to go higher. And in that case, if price wants to go higher, I may get an order here to keep. We'll see how this candle works out, but I may be entering a buy on gold just from another strategy. Like, this is not the gold strategy that I'm taking, but we'll see. I want to see price go a little bit higher because we may get drawdown. But we may not get the daily trade we're looking for. We'll keep watching it for the next like 10-15 minutes. If it engulfs right here, I will take it though. Like I said, I'm looking to take a sell trade unless it keeps being bullish. So if this candle engulfs the whole body and maybe some of the candle, at least 50% of the candle, I'll take it. Yeah, I think yeah, the news kind of like really did mess up euro, and now it's like looks like it's going into gold, right? Because after the news at 8:45, we started seeing big pushes on gold. So money is going into gold right now. It still has a lot of volume. Usually it starts getting slow maybe at 10, so we'll see how gold does. And if you look at the S&P right now, it's actually really bullish. It keeps going higher. We'll see what happens at 9:30 as well for S&P, but 5-minute looks pretty strong bullish on gold. And what I may do is, if I do take this trade on gold, let me quickly switch to 5 minutes. I'm looking to see where we would get in on gold because we may get a setup coming here soon. If we're gonna have a setup, so let me go ahead and reset my alright, let me see if I'm going to be in this trade. I'm not in the trade yet. I'm just setting up my. It wants to come back down. Can we get a trade here? I think we can get a trade right here, guys. We have 40 seconds. Let's see how this candle does. If it has a big wick, we're canceling this. We're not taking it. So this may be the trade we get in, and if the wick is small, of course. So let me go ahead and set this up here. We have stop loss up here. And take profit is 2R. We'll just say it's down here. Okay, so it did the same thing, okay? So now I know we may miss the trade here, but this is what I'm talking about. I don't want to take any trade when, if I miss the original entry on this candle with no wick, I need it to come back up. I need it to come back up into this area, right? And once it comes back, it may not come back again, because today obviously we have a lot of volume that's going into gold, and that's why like it's not really giving us a chance to enter immediately. But if this comes back up, I'm going to set a sell order right below the low of this red candle so that we could be triggered in, but I might have missed this trade this time. And if we miss it, we just don't care, you know, like just we don't care. Because why do I do this? If I don't see a wick on this candle here, the reason I do this is because on the 5 minute, look what it looks like. On the 5 minute, this could just be the wick for the 5 minute up push, right? Obviously this looks like on a 5 minute, this looks good. It's a hammer or a shooting star, whatever pattern this is, right? It's a doji or pin bar, whatever. And it looks like it could go down here now, or at least retest this level before going up. But it has no wick. I would rather it have a wick and then come down than it not have a top wick. So if this candle here does come back up, okay, so here's where you got to decide whether you're going to take the trade at the low or you're going to, okay, so here I will set the stop order right below that low. Stop order would be right below the low, and just like that, we'll see if it does trigger. Now if it closes above where the stop loss would have been, I'll just cancel the order. But we have another stop order, and we'll see what happens. So my trade is right below the low right here, so a little bit below the low I have a stop order. If price comes back down, I will enter the trade. If it closes above this area, I'm not taking this trade anymore, because then that's a new high and we need to wait. But other than that, that's how I'm protecting myself today. And I usually do this now only because on news days you'll see this happen. This is a fake move, right? Same thing happened here. You don't see it now, but when this candle started, it shot down first because it had no top wick. Now if this candle here had started going up first and then went down, I would have believed that this is a down move. So I moved my stop order a little lower. I'll let you guys know when I'm in a trade. I'll give it maybe 10 more minutes. We'll give it 10 more minutes. And also, if I do show you SPX, you could see that price is still bullish. It still hasn't given us a red candle, so we could still see gold go higher. On a 5 minute, it looks like it will go higher, right? Maybe target these highs or midnight open. Not sure yet, but we'll see. Let me go ahead and see. Okay, I think I'm going to close my stop order. I won't open up my stop order. I'll just keep it off right now. Off for now. And sorry if you hear outside noise. Let me see what's going on with the chart really quick. So on a 5 minute, this looks really bullish. So I close the stop order. We're not going to get into this trade, okay? And that's that. We're not going to get into that trade. Let's see. Alright. I don't think we'll get into this gold 1 minute order. I think we're not going to. If it does get us set up, that's fine, but I think we will skip out on this on today. Looks like it would have been triggered here. And let's see what happens with gold here. Looks like it's bouncing off a if we look on the chart right here on the 5 minutes, it's bouncing off this area right here. And it may come back down into here. Let's see what it does. On a 1 minute, it looks like if you had kept the order, it would have kept you in. It would have tagged you in here. And stop loss being up here, we'll see if it would have hit take profit or something. I doubt that I missed anything. I'm not going to worry about missing this trade if it works out. Yeah, because we basically went the whole morning without a trade. I'm okay with that because we had a lot of news today. Euro, USD, just a lot of news in general. We have stock markets opening in 10 minutes. Alright, so I'm probably going to end it off here, and we'll continue tomorrow. We'll see if we can end the week off with some profits. Alright? Alright guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a good day.